So hello everyone. With the start of a new month, new week, we are going to look at a new avenue called as protocol deviation. So if you're a clinical research professional or even if you're learning clinical research, then you might have at least once heard protocol deviation has occurred at your site. So what exactly is it protocol deviation and why do protocol deviation concerns everyone who is involved in the clinical trial? Without wasting further time, let's start this session. So in this particular session, we'll look at three prominent aspects. First is we'll look at what exactly is protocol deviation. Then we'll look how to report this particular protocol deviation and what exactly protocol deviation have impact on clinical trial. We are also going to focus on that. So let us first understand what is protocol deviation. So a protocol deviation is nothing but a change or variance from the study procedures which are stated in the study protocol, consent document, recruitment process or study materials. Example, the questionnaires, and which is originally approved by the IRB. Okay, so whenever you see there is a protocol deviation, it means a change from the study procedure which is mentioned in the study protocol or the consenting document or the recruitment process. Okay, and these particular changes are unapproved. Okay, that is protocol deviation. Protocol deviation is a general term and it includes a variety of factors such as protocol exception, changes made to avoid the harm to the subjects, and also protocol violation is also a subset of protocol deviation. Now these particular deviation are mentioned in 45 CFR part 46, that is Code of Federal Regulation, and 21 CFR part 56. Protocol deviation can be either a major deviation or minor deviation based upon the nature and the impact of the protocol deviation. So protocol deviation can have issues with compliance, and also they can be categorized based on serious or non-serious nature of it. Okay, so this is in general what protocol deviation is. Another serious aspect is your career. So if you want to make a strong fundamental career in clinical research, then you have to pursue a good diploma or certification. So our friends at Clinical Aim Research provides amazing certification in the form of advanced certification in clinical research. They also teach you about CDM and pharmacovigilance. So you can go ahead and check them out, and they have the best industry expert, as well as the fees are minimum. So go ahead and give them a call. Now let us understand what exactly are the examples of protocol deviation so that you will practically understand how deviation are identified. So protocol deviation can be even if the subject has come for a visit outside window period. Okay, so in each and every protocol you have a certain window period. So it can be sometimes 3 days plus or minus 2 days. Okay, so if he comes outside plus 2 days or minus 2 days, then that is a deviation from the protocol. Okay, deviation means change from the defined study protocol. Another example could be that the vital signs are obtained prior to informed consent. So as you know that after an informed consent, you can do any kind of study activity, but not prior to that. So again, if vital sign timing is prior to consent timing, that is a protocol deviation. If the participant has been weighed with shoes on, so that is incorrect weight, again a protocol deviation. If the UPT test has been done for the female subject, but the sample is not shared, so again, you would not know the pregnancy status. Again, that is a protocol deviation. Another example would be the failure to report any problems or adverse event to the sponsor or the DSMB team. Okay, and if you're not reporting any safety event, that is also considered as protocol deviation. And any particular study drug or medication dispensing error or dosing error, that is also a kind of protocol deviation. So these general are the example of protocol deviation. So you would understand that any activity that is conducted outside the defined protocol would be considered as a deviation. If that deviation is impactful, serious, non-serious, that is another matter. but you should understand the fundamentals of protocol deviation. Now let us look how exactly to report a protocol deviation. So protocol deviation can be identified by you whenever you conduct a visit. For example, it is outside a window period visit, or the subject informs you that I did not notify you a particular safety event, or you forget dispensation of IP. That is by you. Again, protocol deviation can be identified by the CRA whenever he comes for site monitoring visit. So once the protocol deviation are identified, how to report them? So protocol deviation, again, as I've said, is categorized between major and minor. Okay, it is done by the principal investigator, and they also consider the impact of subject safety. That assessment is done by the principal investigator. Again, if there are any emergency deviation that require reporting to the IRB, then that should be immediately done. Okay, these are done in order to consider the safety of the subjects. Again, any major or non-emergent deviation that has to be reported, and that require the IRB approval, okay, before they occur. Because if you know that these deviations are going to occur for this subject and they shall have an impact on safety, then that has to be informed to the IRB prior and taken the approval. If there are any minor or administrative protocol deviation, again that would be required to reporting the IRB and the continuous review of the IRB. For example, every ethics committee carries out audit for all studies in that particular institute. So in that, if there are minor deviation or administrative kind of deviation, then that has to be submitted in the quarterly, annually, or biannually review to the EC. Again, depending upon the category, the deviation has to be notified immediately to the IRB, to the sponsor representative, that is the CRA, and to the sponsor as required. And the event report form, which is particular for your particular study, those details has to be completed and reported as per the requirement of the study protocol and the regulatory requirements. So this is how you report a protocol deviation. Okay, so if it has a very significant impact, then immediately notify all the members and then complete the details. And if it is a routine or minor deviation, then you can submit it to the ethics committee cumulatively in the annual or biannual or quarterly report. Again, whatever the deviation occur, there has to be a corrective and preventive action, which we call in generally as kappa. Okay, so what are the corrective action that you have taken? What are the preventive action that you have taken to avoid the future deviation? That also needs to be mentioned in some PTs. Okay, so this is regarding reporting of protocol deviations. Now let us understand what are the impact of protocol deviation on clinical trial. So the first impact is that protocol deviation may have impact on completeness, accuracy, and reliability of the clinical trial data. So if the data is collected outside the window period, or if the particular data is generated which does not follow the completeness of the data, it is inaccurate or non-reliable, then again that is of no use, and that can have a significant impact on the clinical trial and assessments. Again, this protocol deviation can affect subjects' rights, safety, and well-being, which is the primary criteria of concern. Okay, in any case, subject rights, safety, and well-being should not be compromised. And if there are multiple PDs, then that can hamper those criteria. Again, if there are any important protocol deviation and you have recruited or enrolled some subject, then it can also violate the eligibility criteria of the protocol, and they can also fail to collect the data at key endpoints. Okay, so if the protocol deviation are not kept in check, then it can have a very severe impact on the clinical trial and their outcome. And finally, these protocol deviations are very important as they help us to conduct the clinical trial as per the defined protocol, and timely notification of the protocol deviation or any divergence from the study activity helps us to understand the scope of it. They help us to learn for further improvement and implementation of any corrective and preventive action. So this is regarding the protocol deviation. So I hope I was able to help you understand protocol deviation. Now I will also bring protocol violation in the next lecture. So stay tuned to it, subscribe, because we'll also discuss what are the impact of protocol violation when it comes to clinical trial. So thank you for watching this video. Please make sure that you like, share and subscribe to this channel and share with your colleagues in clinical research so that we can reach maximum people and create awareness. Thank you.